Check one, check two, check one, check two. Check one, check two. Levels, see these levels are right. Check one, check two. Turn this down a little bit. Let's see. Hold on a second. All right. I think we good to go. Good to go. Everything's level. Can you hear me? Okay. All right. So you guys can hear me. So hold on a second. Okay. Everything's up. You can hear me. So let's get to it. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Common Sense Philosophy channel. Today's live is basically going to talk about gas being watered down. Many people are thinking the gas is watered down. And want to get on live and talk about it a little more. I know I made a video about it, a short video, and some people said that'd be something they want to hear more about. So I always like to get on live on Fridays for my people that's driving trucks or driving cars and doing their business, or they're at their job, you know, and they're tired of listening to music. Overall, they want to hear somebody talk and they can't really engage. You just want to hear somebody talk, like talk radio. So I like to get on here and do this. You can chat if that's what you want to do, or you can just listen, which is fine. And so that's basically the topic today. We're talking about the watered down gas. So I'm gonna start from the perspective of cost. I'm just firm on, if you're going to, there's one thing, it's already bad if you keep the same price and you water it down, if that's the case. But it's real crazy if you lower the price, right? You raise the price and you water it down. So let me say it again. It's one thing to keep the same price and water the gas down, but it's a whole nother thing to raise the price and water it down. See, that's why if they are watering it down, that's crazy because you guys raised the price. And I'm saying that because it's not like that in every place, but a lot of people are complaining overall that the price is more and the gas is watered down. Now, the reason why they're coming to this conclusion is because they're saying they used to put a certain amount of gas in and it would last for a certain amount of time. And now when they're noticing that even though they're still putting the same amount of so-called gas in, that it's not lasting the same amount of time. And that's bothering them. And I'm going to say this. They have the right to feel that way. You know, I feel they have the right to feel that way. Because if you're putting, let's be serious. If you're putting your hard-earned money and you pull up to the gas station, that means you already like calculated how much money you should put in, how much gas you need to do what you need to do. And then you do all that and you look up and the gas is not lasting. That could be a problem in itself. I was literally went by the gas station and I saw people complaining there. They were saying, oh, this doesn't make any sense. You know, and I thought it was interesting. You know, I thought it was interesting seeing how they were really upset by how much they're putting in and it's not working. Well, let me give you an example. One particular person, I heard him in line, and they were talking about their job is actually an hour or so away from where they live. So this is very interesting. Their job is like an hour or so from where they live, so they have to drive back and forth. You know, hour or so there, hour or so back. Now, in that thought process, they have to have a certain amount of gas. So they're for the check they get, for how much they make, for the mortgage, their everything they got going on is an exact balance for things to work. So any little thing will throw it off. They know how much food they're gonna pay for it. Everything is set to their coffee that they were grabbing with their gas. Everything is set. So when the gas they change how many times they have to fill up because they have to put more gas in. That throws their whole system off. It just wrecks it. Now they're saying, I don't know how this is going to work out for me. How it's really hitting them. You know, I seen them also, you might have seen this too, about the TSA, that they're back not receiving their checks. They haven't received a check in 20-something days, going on 30 days. And they try to hand out some gas cards and some food to them. So people are just quitting because they can't even get to work because they don't have enough gas. And if they take money from other things to pay for more gas, they can't pay for their babysitter to watch the kids while they're at work. So the TSA have lost over 300 workers already from what they're saying because of this type of situation. So you can't just look at it like, oh, the gas alone, because it affects so many other things, you know? And there's so many other things that are affected by just the gas situation. And now you think about that and you say, oh, well, not having enough TSA also affects the people that's catching the planes. The gas itself will start to also affect the airlines because they have a certain amount of gas they need to run their planes. So there's a lot of things and a lot of pieces moving here that I think people are not thinking about. Most things need gas: cars, planes, trains. All these things need gas. If you work at certain places, the machines need gas. This is going to go round and round. So if that's going up, that means other utilities are going to go up. This is a serious thing that needs to be looked at because it's going to start pressuring against each other, causing problems. And I don't know if people are actually thinking about it in that way, you know, how much of a problem and how concerning that this situation is. I think people start to look past it and say, well, you know, it's not a big deal, you know, but it's a big deal. It's a very big deal. I was thinking about some other stuff. Man. I want to look at it from another point. Think about this. We have another concept of, man, because of this problem with the gas, you got, like I said, you have people driving far away. And that's a common thing. I want to say this too. It's a common thing that people drive to their jobs that's far away. I'm talking about further than a half an hour. You know, because a half an hour there, half an hour back is already an hour worth of gas they're going to need that day. But there's people driving way over half an hour every day. They've been doing it for 10, 15, 20 years. This is a real thing. I know some people are like, what? Yeah, there's some people drive hour, 2. I knew a guy that drove 3 hours to work at a job. 3 hours there and 3 hours back. Now that's crazy. But, you know, he had found a job that paid him what he wanted to be paid. And he had a place that he really liked. So the place was really nice, but it was far away, like 3 hours away from the job site. But the money was good, and they wanted to keep him, so they upped him a little bit, and he stayed. But he worked a long time there, and that was a long drive. So you put in the gas, and that has to be figured out. Now you get to a point where the gas is just running out. It's a crazy thing when you really think about it. It really is. I even I'm sitting here talking about it now, and in my mind, I'm just thinking how crazy that is that they would water down the gas. Now, be clear, I don't know if they water down the gas. This is what people are saying. I'm just talking from a concept is if that's true, that's crazy because what they should do, if you're watering it down to make it last, right? Why not lower the price? If you lower the price and you're just trying to make it last, then say, well, we're making it last so everybody will have gas. Okay, well, lower the price, everybody get gas, and things keep moving. The problem we're running into is that you guys are raising the price. And I think that's what's really ticking people off because they're running out of gas, and when they go to the pump, they got to pay more. That's concerning to the people. That's where they're feeling away. And I get it. Now, this the other thing. As far as business, I understand why they would do it because it's just business. You know, you want to get the most you can get out of it. And if you look like you can get more money out of somebody, why wouldn't you raise it? You know? So I do get that, and I understand that standpoint. But man, oh man, I can see how it gets crazy. You know, I'm thinking, what about from this concept? I mean, what do you think you would do? Would you, if it was your business, would you raise it? That's a thought. Would you raise it? You know, what would you do? What would you take advantage of this? Or would you say, no, I'm not gonna take advantage of this. I'm gonna actually charge less, you know? Because that's what I think I would do. I think I would just be only reason because I would believe that the price I already had on it was good. That's my thing. I would think I would think that the price I already had on it was a great price. That's why I had it on there. So I would just continue to charge what I've been charging. So that way my books would just do well. Because that thing about business, it's not about trying to rip your customer off to where they have buyer's remorse. They don't want to come back. It's about getting them to continue to spend their dollar with you. That's the whole thing of business. That's why you have credit. You're making money, you're going to get more credit, continue to take care of the business, and you grow it. Even people that say they don't have credit, they're doing something with credit. Don't let them lie to you. Like, I have no credit. And their business is over there with something going on. So you have to be real conscious when people say that, because I haven't used my credit in years, but their business got credit. So it's just silly, you know. And once you understand that, you're like, okay, that's just how this works. So I don't see the reason why they would raise it, especially if they're watering it down, if that's the case. Because you could literally, like, I'm talking about someone that's driving back and forth in their job. It's not even double how much they're paying. That's the crazy part about all this. You're talking about someone paying quadruple just because you have to add in what type of car they got. Is it a whole bunch of stop and going? Are they driving fast? Are they on the highway? There's so many other things you have to add into it. And if the gas is watered down, that as soon as it starts to heat up, that stuff gonna start evaporating. And that's a mess right there. That's a terrible thing. And to allocate your capital to want to purchase gasoline for your vehicles, your work vehicles, your trucks, your planes, or whatever other assets that you have in your portfolio, and just to see the money run through can be crazy. Now, it's true most businesses have gas business cards, so they can utilize gas, pay on it, as it goes. But when you think about the average person, they're just paying it out of pocket, out of their check. Some are still breaking their money down and putting it in a cookie jar and pulling it out piece by piece. Those people, when they look at their situation, this could really mess things up. And I think it's something to be conscious about. Let's not get too far out there that we don't understand or remember, because maybe you're doing very well now, so you forget that people are out there still putting $10, $5 to $10 in their car. Pull up there and put $5, $10 in because they have to watch the money. So everything matters. You see what I'm saying? So you can know, you can't look at it like, well, it doesn't matter. It does matter. And let's say this, it could affect you as far as this person getting to their job to do what they need to do to help you. If it's working on the bridge or building a car or running a restaurant, however, whatever it is that they do, they need the money to be able to go do it so they have gas, so they can go do it. They need the money to be able to go buy gas so they can go do their job or fulfill their employment of the services that so they can do the services that you may need. You, your family, the one people you love and care about, friends and family, they need these services. So they can't get these services because this person is not even at work because they can't get there. That's the whole TSA problem. When you have all these people that are quitting or can't show up, you have to understand that affects your services that you need to be able to do what you're doing. So it's easy to look away from it. Like, yeah, but you need those services. So you want people to be able to fulfill their employment and receive their check so they can be able to come back and do it again and again and again. So your services will be fulfilled. So I'm just trying to give you a perspective of how it affects everybody. Everybody's will be affected by this in some way because of needing services from people, their customer service or whatever. It slows things down. And that's how you got to look at it. You have to be clear, yeah, that's true. So that's why if they are watering the gas down, because allegedly that's what people are saying, if that's the case, don't raise the price. Keep the price to where it's at, because people will have to come back and get more. So at least do that. But to raise it up is crazy, because you could lower it and still come out even. But not to lower it, keep it where it's at, you're going to come out ahead because they got to come back and get gas. But to raise it, oh goodness, they're going to look back on this and they're not going to be happy. And that's what people need to be conscious about. They have to participate in the things that help everybody overall while still taking care of yourself very selfishly. Because when you take care of yourself the right way, everybody else will be taken care of, because there's no need to overdo nobody because you're taken care of. Things are going well with you. So you don't have to be all extra concerning you. You ain't got to be you don't have to do a whole bunch of extra stuff, because everything is doing what it need to do concerning you. And that's how you have to look at all this, to bring yourself clarity. So that's covering it from the person that, hey, why are we worried about somebody in their gas? Because of that, your services. So their employment will be fulfilled, so you get your services. Now, so we covered it from the company, the people, the person going through it. And I think too, another thing people don't understand is that when you get into these, what they call wars and rumors of war times, things will be affected. And you have to learn how to be able to move with them. This is why you really don't want to be down to your last dollar. You don't. You just don't. You don't want to be down to your last dollar. You want to put yourself in a situation where you have a little something to be able to lean on. And I know times have changed with pensions and things of that, where it's not like that as much. So I get that. But you have to learn to take what you got and do something with it. You have to. You just have to. You got to figure something out. Or you're going to find yourself in a compromising position that you're not going to be happy about. That's all I'm saying. You don't want to do that. You do not want to do that. Well, another thing I saw, I want to talk about this too. Well, let me say this to everybody listening. Thank you for listening. Like I said, this is not the only format here is me just speaking to you guys. I'm just speaking, like I said, for the person that's just driving, want to hear another voice. They've been listening to music for 7 hours driving. They want to hear something different. I'm just talking about this subject about gas, and they're saying they watered it down. Just talking for the person that's working, and they can't really talk to nobody. They're tired of listening to music. They just want to hear a voice, speak on some of the things that's happening on in real time right now. I'm on here. You can chat, you can talk, you can whatever you want to do, or you can just sit back and just listen. So that's what I'm just talking about these things, keeping it regular. Um, and right now the topic is, are they watering down the gas? That's the topic. That's what I'm talking about. You know, is they watering down the gas? You know, um, let me say this about that. I believe that most people have never sat down. Well, now we're talking about budgeting, come from a budgeting side. I don't think most people have ever sat down and just looked at how much they spend on gas. You know, and I'm talking about for like monthly, annually, besides business people. Most, I think, haven't just sat down and looked at it. I think they came up with a number or whatever the gas station say when they go there. That's how much I spend. But I think if you really sat down and you got the crunching the numbers, that you will see that you already need to start putting some money back when you're working and you work and your drive is far like that. You start to understand that you got to already basically have um, a little more money put back. So let's say if your drive is $150 a week for you to drive, you might have to put 160, 175. You might have to, instead of buying some lunch, you might have to put some money back on that. Make you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I know that sounds crazy, but you might have to do that. You might have to do it just to put yourself in a better position. You know what I'm saying? Um, just to put yourself in a better position, and that can be hard too. So let me, because I can hear it now. Like, well, if your money's already tight, you don't have nothing to put up, and I get that too. But it's something you got to think about. I was, you know what? There's just let me. I want to talk to you guys about cars too. What do you guys think about people that purchase like SUVs and things like that in this time, where it's a lot of, like say, gas problems, financial problems? These people that they might not even have kids, or they got one kid and they have two SUVs. They only like buying SUVs. What do you guys think about people like that? Do you think like they're just wasting? Do you respect when they complain about their gas? Do you be like, oh, but you got a big old truck for what? You don't even do anything. You don't haul nothing. You don't. It's just for looks, which is fine. That's your business. But what you complaining about gas for? Do we do we respect that, or what you guys think? What because if you would just get out into a regular car, unless you need it, I think you would save some money just with that. I think the model of cars you have is important. It's like you get the like I watch like repo shows, and I always see the people when everybody get their car repo, they run out. The first thing they say is, "Hey, I already paid it." And the guy says, "When?" He said, "I just paid it." They always say that. Then it come out, they gotta call the people or talk to them, and it's always like, no, there's no payment. There's nothing here. And I'm wowed by that. Why would you say you paid it? You just paid it when you know they're gonna call. And what it tells me is you might didn't budget your money right. And then if I walk it even further, like, well, maybe you just couldn't afford this car. I mean, now don't get me wrong. There's people that maybe they were working and things were going good, they got laid off. That's different. But I'm talking about the people that they're still at their job, they're still trying to drive to their job, and they would say, I just need the car a little bit more and I can catch up because how am I gonna get to work? So these people are not even laid off because they say, well, how am I gonna get to work if you take the car? How am I gonna get to work to pay you if you take the car? And it's like, well, wait a minute, you haven't paid for 90 plus days. So they don't see the point of letting you go any further. So I get it if you're not working, but if you're working and you got a check coming in, you should try to pay something, do something. And it's just a perspective. And because I understand things can get tough and things can get rough. I do. I get it. And I also think things can get great. And a lot of great things can happen for you. So all that in mind, you have to be conscious down to the vehicle, the type of gas you buy, where you buy your gas at. All those things matter. Where you get it from. Because some gas stations, let me say this too, before we get further down the road. Some gas stations have already been watering it down. Let's not get to any other. Some gas stations, that's what they do. When you pull up, you see that rust on that side, and you're like, oh God. These people are tripping. So, and you take your car there, you get some gas in it, and get on down the road. Next thing you put. So you gotta be conscious of that too, because man. And the reason why I'm pausing, because I'm thinking those people that have already been watering it down, what are they doing to this situation? Like, they already watered down on that. Goodness gracious. What are they doing to it? What? Yeah, that's a terrible thing. That's just foolishness. So I'll say this: take your car. Let me give you this. Take your car to a gas station that you already see that looks certified. They take care of the station, so at least you can get the best of what they give. Number two, also, make sure your car's tuned up if possible. Make sure there's all type of things out there that can help save gas. Another thing, they have this stuff called Lucas, I believe it is. I don't know. Luke something? I don't know. But they're saying that helps too with the car. I don't know. So I'm not giving no advice. I'm not a mechanic. But they're saying stuff out, all type of stuff you can utilize to make your drive better. So I would just talk to a mechanic, ask what all you could do. I mean, also there's somebody was talking about air pressure. Once again, I don't know. But they said if your air pressure in your tires is off, then when you'll lose mileage as far as gas because the pressure of the tires is not good. So that's a thing too, so you want to be conscious about that also. The tires, you want to go around and check those. Some people's cars will tell you naturally. If not, you need to go get that little tire thing and shoot the thing out the back. When you put it on there, like, then a little stick come out and read it. Then you go in there and check your tires. I have somebody that knows how to check your tires and make sure they're all at the standard uh, of fullness. Because if they wobbling or something like that, that can make you end up spending more money concerning your gas. So that's important. And now these air pumps, they're not free no more. You gotta pay. It used to be a long time ago. You used to go get air for free. But now they won't charge you for the air. And that's something. They charge you for air. They'll charge you for some water. You go inside in a bottle, they don't charge you for water. You can charge for air and water. I tell you, charge you for conversation. They charge you for anything now. So you gotta be conscious of the life we live in. It's really is something. So I'm not surprised by anything no more. That's where I'm at. Like nothing surprises me. When they start saying they was watering down gas, you'd be like, "No, I can't believe it." I was like, "Why you don't believe it?" Not saying it's happening, but it wouldn't be mind blowing to me. I wouldn't be like, "Oh, I can't believe it." That's because one thing about this world, when I tell you anything's possible, you better know anything is possible. 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 Now, why am I repeating it? I'm repeating it because it's not just about on the bad side, anything's possible. Also, on the good side, anything is possible. We have to believe that we can live a life of abundance. The Bible talks about you living more abundantly, to having this beautiful peace of life. So everything will be took care of for you. You have to believe that things will go your way and that it's possible, because anything is possible. You have to get yourself out of the mind of lack of saying, "Oh, I hope I have enough to that." Like, no, I will. I see how I can have more. I see how things can work for me. You have to just have that mind state and believe that it's possible for you. And I believe it will happen. I do. Because anything is possible. So, you could own your own gas station. If that's what you choose to do. Or you can just work your job, budget your money, right? Budget your money, pull enough out, put it to the side. And that way you don't have to be down to your last dollar. I'm talking to the people that's working and getting a check. Now, for those that's working, TSA workers more specifically, that's a hard one, because if they're not getting paid and are trying to work, that's just spooky. I'm just going to go ahead and say that's just spooky. That's just, you going to work, you haven't been paid going on 30 days, you just went through this, that means your rent and everything's in trouble. I think that's a lot. I think that's a lot. I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one, because I guess I don't know what they're supposed to do. You know what? I want to do to have like a credit union or something for them, that they will be able to go in there with their job, because they know they have the job, and that they can extend them credit so that they will be able to do what they need to do. wonder is that maybe because I believe cause I know like when Ford was going through, they were going through and they had laid off the workers, or you know what? Hold on, I don't think it was a layoff. I think they were striking. But during their strike, I believe that they were able to go to the union or the credit union, and they was trying to help them and put money in their pocket so they would be able to pay their bills and do what they need to do. So I would say to someone, if that's you, the TSA, or you know someone, I would say look into credit unions and things of that such, and maybe they'll put some money in your hands. I think it's more than possible, and just have to look forward and think that'll help you out. I really feel bad for them. That's why I'm pausing like this, as I sit here and I'm thinking about the TSA workers and they're dealing with the gas prices and everything that's happening with them. Oh man, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's because to actually go to work, do a job like especially like that, dealing with people, and nobody's handing you a check, and this is going on for almost 30 days. That is a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot for someone to have to deal with, because when you get your check, right, what you do is you figure out your stuff, and then when you get your check, you go pay them. But if there's no check coming, and they be here's the thing, they're going to work, right, knowing that there's no check coming. I don't even know what to say to that. They're going to work knowing there's no check coming. See what? They know there's nothing coming. There's nothing coming. That's too much. That's way too much. They know nothing's coming. What are we going to do about the people? So, all right, well, that's a little, I guess that's a little depressing, because my thing is, if you're going to work and you're doing your job, what? Come on. The credit unions I don't think these people should have to go look for it. They need to just go ahead and go to the job and pull them in and say, hey, you can go get money from this place and this place. There should be some type of counselor or financial person, because they probably need counseling too. It's probably driving them crazy. Yeah, there should be. That's what it is. Let me say it like that. There should be a person or a team of people that would come there, not like a job fair, but come there, sit down with them, have their portfolio. All these people should be on a list and say, hey, that's what we can do. We have these type of services. They also should have food services, all type of things for them set up. This is a government job, to my belief, right? And that's why they're being affected. And they should have something that they can help them out, that they can work with them, and make sure they have the things that they need. Because I want to say this right now: TSA workers are needed. This is not something that we should be playing with. They're needed, and they should be paid. They should be paid and be able to do the things that they need to do. And that's just my outlook of it. That's my belief. So I want to thank everybody that's came by and checked out the comments. Philosophy Channel, the live about are they watering down the gas today? That was the title. I really appreciate you guys come by, just listening, checking me out. Like I said, I don't promote the channel. I just get on here and do this, and because my whole thing of building a channel is to show people that you can do it naturally. Just keep putting the work in. So I want to say thank you for every subscriber that I have, because I don't promote it, I don't market it. Anybody that follow this channel is because they want to. So I can appreciate it. So if I only have one subscriber, I thank you for following, because my thing is to show my nephews, nieces, and everyone that you don't have to do all that wild stuff. You don't have to be disrespectful to nobody. You don't have to do all that to get people to follow you. Now, let's be clear. I'm not a dummy. I do see there's other channels out here that are saying disrespectful stuff, mean to people, and that's their whole thing. And they do have more numbers. But my thing is this: I'd rather do the quality over quantity, because quantity will come naturally. And that's what I want to teach with this channel. So everybody that's following me and that's subscribed to me on this channel, I want to say thank you. Continue to have people subscribe to me. I'm going to continue to talk common sense and continue to grow the channel and show that things can be done with some type of integrity. All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful day. Stay safe, stay calm, and just keep your eyes on your goals. And I believe you will get everything that you desire. You know? Now, I really do believe that, because anything's possible. All right. So you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys again next time. And well, I want to say this too. Also, hey, leave a comment, like it. If you see this later when it's replayed, if you watch it later, didn't catch the live, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. And whatever you say is fine with me, because my whole thing is to get better at it. Also, tell me what you think about these gas and watered down gas. Because, you know, even though you're not on the live with me, your voice is important too. All right. So I'm going to talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your day. Yep.